All right, I'm going to try to make this quick so that way it can fit on all platforms. To go over everything, we were closed for 1 week because our entire family was dealing with the flu, and I was having to take care of making sure that all the kids were taken care of. We had some other issues where we're a little behind because there was a massive bit of vandalism that happened to the outside of our store. Our lighted box sign was completely demolished. Our billboards were ripped down. All of our banner stands and everything were slashed. So there's been thousands of dollars worth of damage done to the outside of our building, and so we're trying to repair all of that. So forgive me, we're about a week and a half behind on orders. So for those of you who for the past week or two have had an order that's been kind of in a pending status or something of that nature, I do apologize, and so I just want to give a quick rundown of where everything stands. For the video game orders, I've got all of your stuff packed. Those will be coming to you. Varun, Dan, and there's a couple of others of you. Your video games are packed. They're bubbled. They're shipping out this afternoon. For the comic book orders, we do image every single one of our comic books. So if you are in that, if you haven't received an image link yet, then that means that your order is part of that delay. But I'm going to work tirelessly this afternoon once my wife gets home and relieves me from some of the duties with taking care of the kids. I'm going to swing by this afternoon. I've been playing catch up every afternoon to get those comic books imaged, so that way you can look at the image, make sure that it matches the listing exactly the way that you feel confident and that you like the condition before we ever ship it out. We want to make sure that customer satisfaction is our top priority, so that way people get either what they're expecting or better than what they're expecting. So if you haven't received a link, don't worry. In the next day or two, you're going to be receiving those links as we get all of our orders caught up. For the, I think, 27 trading card orders, we have those pulled, packed, and ready. Those are going to be dropped off tomorrow afternoon. For the pre-order card orders, I think there's currently about 12 of those. Those will be getting dropped off Friday. Friday, we can't ship them prior to Friday using that platform. To our contract partners, to give an update without violating any NDAs or anything of that nature or naming names, to our contract partners, we the 10,000 pricing updates that we were pushing, unfortunately we pulled all that stuff. We started going through and we were about to push everything, and then this multi-week weirdness happened. So yeah, there's been about 2 weeks of no activity, but it's because we've been dealing with flu, we've been dealing with vandalism, and we're just now getting back on our feet. So I do have it figured out. Since we're doing an all hands on deck type situation to try and get orders caught up, we're going in and we're just imaging every single one of those items. So that way, not only is the pricing issues going to be corrected for the contract, there's also going to be independent images for everything. So to our contract partners, there's some really cool stuff coming in, and it's about to come. Every one of your requests are getting met, and it's just, we're actually going to go above and beyond, because we're not just updating some basic listings. We're going through and manually fixing and making sure that everything is 100% before we push anything. I'm trying to think, to our second contract partnership, we have received your orders, and we've pulled, processed, and those are going to be shipping out later on this week as well. So that just kind of gives the update on all the video game orders, board game orders, comic book orders, trading card orders, and our current contract work. To give a rundown, some people have seen some posts. We had, just some brief posts with everything that happened. And so there was some vandalization. Now, we have, as a brick and mortar location, we have had our brick and mortar location in the same place for 5 years. This February coming up in 2023 will make 6 years. 4 of the 5 years we have been in business, something of this nature has happened. Our building has been broken into. I've been robbed at gunpoint. Our house has been vandalized. And now the outside of our shop has been vandalized. So needless to say, You can go through and you can look up Bogalusa, Louisiana, and just look at the way the crime has kind of escalated over the past 5 to 6 years. Regardless of how many of us buy up property, open businesses, and try to give back to the community, unless something is done about the crime, we're just pouring money down the drain and just risking our lives for no reason. Because of that, because of the state of everything, you have gun violence at football games, you have violence at extracurricular activities on buses, just about every activity in town, there runs a high risk of something going on anytime that the kids are interacting, to the point where a lot of parents don't want to bring their kids out to anything. And that's the real reason why there's nothing left for the kids. I don't think that it's the fact that the parents aren't supporting us and aren't supportive. I think it's the fact that parents are taking their kids out of town to do activities and to participate in things, because Bogalusa's crime rate has gotten so high that parents don't want to risk their family getting hurt by going out and about. And this is indicative because, like I said, we've been in operation for 5 years, and 4 of them, major vandalization or some sort of violence has been enacted upon us or our business or our family. So because of that, organized play still hasn't fully bounced back since COVID, so we can't really dump a whole bunch of resources into that without the support, and the support's not going to come until the crime is cleaned up anyway. So all of that being said, no longer will we be open to the public late in the afternoons. Whenever it starts getting dark, we will not be open to the public after dark, because there's too much risk associated, and I would rather have the public not come out than come out and be put in danger. Likewise, myself, people that come and help me at the shop, I don't want them getting in danger by being out after dark in our town. Also, on the weekends, a lot of this stuff kind of escalates because I guess people think that there's less police patrolling on the weekends, or whatever the reason may be. But there has been a significant spike in this type of activity happening from Friday night to Monday morning. So we will no longer be open to the public on weekends and after dark. So I will be here regular business hours, or not here, I will be at the shop regular business hours during the day, during the week. When we can't be open to the public on the weekends or after dark, going further until the crime in Bogalusa, the crime rates have to drop. It's just, there's too much of a risk, and I can't risk myself, my family, my friends, or our community. So, as far as orders, again, I do apologize about the delays. You'll be all receiving updates. If you haven't received an update, that means that your order was delayed. You will be getting an update today or tomorrow. The orders that have been pulled are approved and are ready to go. There was a shipping delay. Those will be shipped out today or tomorrow, Friday at the latest, for some of our contract works. Our contract partners, we have all of those updates that we discussed. They are pushing through, and we are actually going further, and instead of automating them like we did last time, we're manually checking every one of them, all 10,000 of them, to make sure that it's all accurate and 100%, so that way we all get the best experience, and the back-end users are going to get the best experience with them too. So there's a lot of stuff in here. I'm trying to address a lot of different aspects and a lot of different people, because I'm trying to address our entire community, professional and personal. I hope that this information finds you well, and hopefully you will continue to do business with us and things can continue to work out. And once the crime rate goes down in our general area, we will begin operating more in the community. Looking forward to seeing you all. And be safe and have a happy holiday season.